Today is May 24th, and we're in the home of Elwood and Whitey Iverson in Hawarden, Iowa. And Mr. Iverson spent some time at Mount Rushmore in 1938 and 39, and he's agreed to let us ask him some questions. My name's Zane Martin, and I'm the museum specialist for Mount Rushmore. Otto Bachman is my videographer. And so with that, we'll get started. Mr. Iverson, could you tell me where and when you were born?
I was born in a farm near Meckling, South Dakota, north of the Missouri River in there, and 1921.
Mm-hmm. So after you graduated from high school, did you plan to go to college, get a job, work?
That was during the Depression years, and I did not have one dime.
Mm-hmm.
And so I decided to join the CCC camp, which a lot of young men did, and because we had to have some sort of income, and that gave us an income of $30 a month, or $35, depends on your promotion, or $45 if you were a senior in the ranks of the CC camp. But that's about the extent of it.
So with the CCCs, did you start here in this eastern South Dakota or Iowa
No.
area?
No.
How did you get to Mount Rushmore?
Okay, put us on a train to Sioux Falls. Took us by car, the social director in Vermillion, and took us to Sioux Falls and put us on a train and took us to Rapid City. And in Rapid City, the Army trucks picked us up, and from there on to the camp.
Do you know, during that time period, did they have different CCC camps in the
Yes,
Black Hills
they
area?
had 5 of them,
Okay.
and there was about 200 young men, or young men. There's older men up to age 17 to 50,
Yeah.
maybe.
And how old were you?
17, just turned 17.
Very young.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Did you have to build the camp?
No, it was already constructed because, see, the CC camp started about 33, 32. Roosevelt practically built the CC camps overnight.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there was, well, like I said, there was about 1,000 of us
Yeah.
in different camps in the Black Hills.
Was there like a dormitory, a mess hall?
They had 5 buildings, much like an army building.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a mess hall, and they had an educational building,
Oh.
and a rec building, and that had pool tables in there.
Yeah.
And our group was assigned to Rushmore for about 30 days at a time, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe we'd go to Wind Cave, maybe we'd go to Harney Peak,
Uh-huh.
but you never knew from one week to the next where your assignment's going to be.
Yeah.
But I was lucky enough to have Ralph Morris, which is a forest ranger, and he had the Wheel-In Motel by Hill City there.
Mm-hmm.
And Ralph was our forest ranger in charge of our group,
Uh-huh.
and a very fine gentleman. Most of the time there was about 20 in our group,
Mm-hmm.
and most of it was cutting lodgepole pine for scaffolding,
Mm-hmm.
and doing the other dirty work that was around the base.
Yeah. Yeah. So, when your group went to Mount Rushmore, what do you recall about what your duties were there?
Well,
Or your
it just,
main project?
actually, we left the camp base at about 7 o'clock and go to the Mount Rushmore area. And of course, they unloaded us and give us a pickaxe or an axe for falling trees.
Uh-huh.
And we had to skin the bark off them because that was a practically all-day job.
That's
because-
work.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And so that was about the extent of it. My job wasn't that important. It was just day labor.
Yeah. So, do you know what they were doing with those, after you peeled the bark
Yes,
off?
we piled them up and kind of let them dry out a little bit,
Yeah.
and then they used them for scaffolding.
Oh,
And our
that's-
job was to take these logs up there
Mm-hmm.
where they needed replacement on the scaffolding, or steps, stairways, and so the carpenters could use them.
So with your work, on your worker's card that I have in my office, it had, you know, the CCCs and on there it had that you haul drill bits.
Yes. See, they had to sharpen those about 3-4 times a day
Yeah,
in that hard rock or granite.
yeah,
And no, we had to take them down to the building, and the old gentleman would be sharpening them, and
Yes.
haul them back up again, and
uh-huh.
climb those stairs. And sometimes there was 700 feet of stairways there.